Well, as you can see, winter has arrived here in northern Arizona. Not too far from home either. We're going to go over, finally, an in-depth review and practical use application for the RBM Outdoors Panda Medium tent, and go over the pros and cons in a little bit more detail than I did on that last video. And I'm also going to talk about why this tent is the one you should buy if you're looking at any tent that is inflatable. They're all over the place now, but there's quite a few reasons why you should look no further and go with the RBM Outdoors Panda. They make it in a large and a medium, and they also have a couple other models as well, but I really like this one. The reset starts now. Con number one with this tent is it is heavy, very heavy. Clearly not a backpacking tent. This is for car camping only. I'd say it weighs probably 50, 60 pounds altogether. And the second con is because it's so big and heavy, it does take up quite a big footprint inside the back of your vehicle. And because there's obviously moisture on the ground, I'm going to put a tarp down. This isn't really needed. The bottom of this tent is ridiculously thick, but I'm doing it simply because it'll keep it cleaner. I think the tent's bigger than the tarp, but that's okay also. Actually, not by much. I think it's going to fit perfectly. That's bigger than 10 by 10 though. Now, if you saw my last video, you'll know that this is my secret weapon right here. This is an electric pump that's used to air up rafts and paddle boards, you name it. And I have found that, yeah, it takes a little longer to pump it up this way, but using the hand pump that this came with, the tent, it's kind of tiring. And this is pretty effortless. And it's got a gauge on it, so I can tell what the PSI is. RBM says to keep it at around 7. And now we just wait. Then we just simply pull it out. It's a one-way valve, so air can go in, but it can't come out. Now on the inside there is a pressure release valve, so that if you do happen to over pump it, or in the summertime as the air expands in there, if it goes beyond a threshold, it will start coming out that vent inside, which is a really cool feature. So now that it's all set up, let's stake it out. There's a lot of stakes. If you want to stake this out the way you should, there are a lot of stakes, but as long as this ground isn't too frozen, I think we'll be okay. And with the winds that are projected tomorrow and through the night and possibly snow, I think it's a good idea to stake it out. One of the really cool things Again, everything about this tent is super high quality, extra durable, and of the best materials. Inside the stake bag, which is a high denier nylon, it's even padded on the bottom so that those stakes don't poke through there. It came with, God, like 24 of these steel ground stakes, and they're just massive. It comes with a patch kit in case you run into that unfortunate situation. And then this is cool. Featured this in the last video also. They even give you a hammer to pound in those stakes. And it's got that on the back there so you can pull them out. This is a multi-tool. It's got a can opener, knife, hook, a file. It's got a saw in it. It's even got a ferro rod. When you pull this part out here, this is a little ferro rod that pops out right there. Check that out. Yeah, there it goes. So, yeah. Push that button on the back, it'll go back in. If I ever am in a situation where I have to resort to that, then, man, bad days. All right, let's stake this thing out. So while that little hammer is pretty cool, driving these stakes into the ground with that hammer is not. It's pretty unpractical. It's just too light and was turning into quite the chore, especially with this hard, rocky ground. Instead, I used my axe, and it made the job much, much easier. But speaking of straps, there's 2 straps on every corner, super high-grade, durable, reinforcements on both sides. You can cinch them down. There's 2 of these on each corner for each awning. Okay, starting right here, you got one window with super high quality, really thick mesh. There's a canvas flap on the other side so you can close it up and zip it up with the Y2K zippers that are throughout the tent. All around the tent, the whole thing is covered in this super thick, high quality cotton canvas that's mildew resistant and waterproof. It does come with a rain fly as well. I've never used it. Maybe we'll do that this trip. On both sides, there's vents that can close from the inside. We'll be using those as well as this brace that comes and pops it out. No need to stake this out for this trip here. I'm not expecting a lot of snow. Got another window right there. This is your main door. You can see those high quality zippers there. And there's the mesh. You can tie this off to leave that open. On the other side here, got another window. The mesh actually can zip down on this window. Again, there's a canvas flap on that side, but if you want, you can have a complete pass-through going right there. Got the integrated stove jack here. We'll be using that. Coming around the back. This is cool. Now, I don't have it open right now. You'll see it a little bit further on in the video, but this opens up into a massive door, okay? In fact, when that is unzipped, the canvas is unzipped, behind it is some of that mesh. You can take that mesh out, unzip it, and you have a full back door that you can walk in and out of. Or you can put the included see-through plastic window to seal it and have a massive window right there. There's that other vent. Coming around to this side, another one of those windows like the other side that you can do a complete pass-through also with the canvas on the reverse side. And this is my favorite feature right here. That is a massive window right there. It's zipped up with the canvas flap right now to seal it in. But underneath this is another piece of mesh. That mesh can come out, all right? And you can put an included window here too that comes with the package to make it see-through so you can look up at the stars as you're sleeping. Let's get inside, start setting it up. Here we are inside. There's that big back door right there. This comes out if you want. Okay. You got pockets on each side, right there. Every one of these bladders is covered with that cotton canvas to protect it. There's that release valve right there for if it gets to, the pressure becomes too much in the bladders, it'll automatically release there. But yeah, this is super cozy. You've got a clothesline or a gear hanging line all along the top that's adjustable. And it comes with a fire mat for your chimney. This is my favorite feature too on the inside. You open that up, you stick your diesel heater hose in there and an electrical cord as well. Really good, high quality, thick PVC rubber bottom here. Again, didn't really need the tarp underneath, but did it for good measure.
Well, hell, I feel like we could have done a tall branch that extended out there then.
And now we take this out here.
Probably better to show how one man can do it.
That is a nice truck.
Thank you.
I like that.
Yeah. Have you seen the website for it?
What's the website for it?
TheDJTahoe.com.
TheDJTahoe.com. Link down below.
DJTahoe.com.
You're probably wondering who this funny fella is. This is my good friend, Robert. Welcome to the Reset,
Dude,
Robert.
welcome to it.
We're about to have a lot of fun. Thanks for joining me. Robert came along with me on this trip to showcase the RBM Outdoors Panda medium tent. And you and I have known each other for like 12 years.
Yeah.
Over a decade. And we're business partners.
Yep.
And I don't talk a lot about what I do outside of having resets all the time, but let me just tell you, I'm blessed to have a job where I can do this sort of stuff.
For real. Yeah. And fortunately, it goes with you wherever you go.
That's true.
But you get to go wherever you want to go.
I love it. I am truly blessed, and God is good in my life.
Amen.
I want to real quick just touch on a person that, and I don't mean this in any insulting way or anything like that, but doesn't camp as much as I do.
Yeah.
What are your impressions of this tent? Like, tell me about it.
Okay, first off, that's how I knew it was you in your spot. I saw the tent. It wasn't just a tent with sticks going everywhere. I put those other tents. We've all put those other tents together. I am glad those days are over. Somebody has made tents great again.
Making tents great again.
Yeah. Okay, so to answer your question, honest feedback. I am blown away by the sturdiness of the pipes, the columns and such like that. Yeah, the air bladders. Very high quality. That thing doesn't waver or shake or anything. I'm looking at it as I'm talking, so I'm blown away with the thought that they put into it.
Blown away?
Yeah, blown away. Sorry. Yeah, from your last video, no pun intended.
Yeah.
But so some of the qualities about it that I like is that it gives you the port to put in the heater to warm it up. Mm-hmm. It's got the chimney area they thought of everything. The security of it, as if like you're worried about going anywhere. There's so many staking points still that you can stake this tent down and keep the tarp and the campy over top. Keep the weather elements, the rain, the snow off of you.
Is it something you could do on your own?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest selling points for me.
Yeah.
Is that it's effortless. It's set it and forget it, baby.
I saw your video, the last video, and I already looked it up online. As soon as you get that discount code to them, I am ordering mine.
Yeah, discount code will be coming hopefully right after this video. I've been talking to RBM, and we're going to set something up for all the loyal Dirt Road Reset followers. But until then, let's have some fun camping, buddy.
Yeah, let's do it.
Right on.
Right on. Chad, you're the host of Dirt Road Reset. Tell us a little bit about where you got that concept and idea from.
Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, I've been doing this for 4.5 years. I've always had a fascination with videos and recordings and sharing things with other people. But 5 years ago in particular, I had just gotten, I had just been through a divorce with my wife of 7 years. And one of the small resentments that I had during my marriage was that I wasn't camping as much as I like to, and getting out and hiking and backpacking and whatnot. And it's no fault of my ex-wife, bless her heart. Not everybody's the outdoorsy type of person.
Right.
And I just kind of became complacent during that marriage and was missing out on what I really truly liked, and that's being outside and connecting with nature. So after the divorce, I started doing that a lot more. And what I realized was, look, a lot of people, when they go through a divorce, I would venture to say most people that go through a divorce, it's both a harrowing experience, and it's also a very sad time in a person's life.
Yeah.
And you're losing a piece of you.
It's a large investment that you put into another person, and they're yanking that out of your life. It's like you feel sometimes like that's time you've lost, part of a piece of life that you've lost.
Right. So I was legitimately suffering from depression. I've always had anxiety issues throughout my life, and this just unequivocally compounded it. But what I found was when I was outdoors camping, even by myself, and some of my biggest epiphanies and moments with my higher power were when I was camping alone out in the woods, just like this. And a light went off in my head one day on a camping trip. I'm like, man, I should start doing videos about camping. I like that. And the benefits that it's at least doing for me, because I'm just a normal guy.
Yeah.
There's surely somebody else out there that can benefit from this. It didn't involve going to a professional therapist, which I still highly recommend people do. But this was effortless in the fact that I was outside doing something that I like, and it was having a profound impact on my mental state. In that, when I was out here, I wasn't suffering from any anxiety. I wasn't as depressed. And it helped me grow. It helped me reinvent myself.
Yeah. And
so I started Dirt Road Reset. And from that very first video, I would do the whole camping scenes and stuff like that. At the closing of each video, I always said, if you or someone is suffering from anything racking the mind, if you're just sick and tired of being sick and tired, depression, anxiety, even addiction, PTSD, postpartum, get outside, explore nature, and find your dirt road to reset. And I came up with that name, just like we're doing right now. And I was looking at the dirt road that I took to come in here. And for me, half the adventure in a camping trip is getting there.
Yeah.
And finding that spot and the anticipation of what's ahead. So that's where Dirt Road Reset was born. And I can't speak enough to how much this has helped me become who I am today.
Yeah.
And I just encourage people, especially men, to if you're going through something in life, to just step outside, breathe the fresh air. You don't have to do it the same way I do. Just get outside and explore nature, and it might work. It's worked for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I like to think of it as there's a lot of peaks and valleys that we go through in our lives, ups and downs that we have. And, this is a reset for me, and I appreciate you bringing me on board to do this.
We're going to make a beef stew tonight in the Dutch oven. Again, a super simple recipe. You start with about 6 or 7 small potatoes cut up. I got a really small cutting board, so those in there as I cut them up. And you want to take your cast iron Dutch oven, 10 or 12 works for the size. You're going to put it over the fire, heat it up. The first thing we're gonna do is put our cubed stew meat in here, brown it up, and show you the process after that. All right, that cast iron's nice and hot. I'm gonna brown this meat now in it, take it out of the fire. Oh yeah, it's very hot. It's probably a little too hot. A little bit of garlic salt. A little bit of cracked pepper. That's been on there for about 5 minutes. Onions have softened up. Meat's brown. Next thing you're gonna do is take 1 can. By the way, that was about a little over 2 pounds of stew meat. You take this tomato paste, put that in there. Give that a good stir. Just so it's evenly coating in there. Now what you're gonna do is take some beef stock. The recipe calls for beef broth. In my experience, beef stock is much better. It's a much fuller taste. Use that can, and you're gonna start slowly adding this beef stock. The goal is to get your liquid about 1 inch above the meat, which will probably be that whole thing, just like that. If you need to add water, you can. We're not going to need to in this case. Then you're going to take this, just like it is, put it over your fire for 1 hour. Get you some coals. Put them right under there. So that's burning good and hot. And then take some of these outline coals, put them on top. This has been in there for about 1 hour. We're going to take this off and... Oh yeah, that's looking good. We're going to put the veggies in there now.
Some for the homies.
Yeah. Give it a good stir, and I'm going to put that Pretty low on the fire now. Well, we've retreated into the tent because it is below freezing outside, definitely in the high 20s. Got the wood burning stove going now, and it's already getting really hot. Just had to close the flue a little bit on it to slow it down. That's the thing, this tent with the stove this size, it's gonna heat up really quick, and that cotton canvas keeps that heat in. So we're gonna call it a night and watch a movie. We'll catch you in the morning. Robert and I were just talking about how stinking warm it is in here.
It's hot. I'm taking layers off.
Yeah, I'm in my long johns, and we were both just saying we could literally be in our underwear right now and still be comfortable, but it's just us two dudes, and that might be a little. We've turned the diesel heater off because it's not needed with this behemoth in here right now. This is our setup. One cot right there, another cot right here. Without the stove, obviously the other cot would be on this side here. But definitely for the Panda medium, 2 people max. Okay, so taking this tent down is just as easy as it was putting up. What you're going to want to make sure you do is you have all your vents closed, all your windows closed inside, all the stakes pulled up. Do a quick walk around. Okay, so this part's very important when it comes to packing it up. You're going to pull in your sides and your straps the best you can. And this is the trick. You're going to do your length sides to the center, like so. Length side, center. Just like that. Then length side, center. Okay. And then fold it on itself like this. This can be kind of tricky with one person, but it's doable. And now you just start rolling. that's good enough. You agree? Okay. Well, I'd say that was a good reset.
It was a really awesome reset.
I'm glad you came, man.
Yeah, thank you
Do
for
it
having
again.
me.
You'll be seeing more of Robert on some future videos for sure. I think he's got the camping hooks in you.
Yeah,
right? And it's
yeah,
always
for sure.
better with good company.
Yeah.
So
And next time I'll bring a vacuum.
we'll bring it back even next time. Hey, if you haven't done so already, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe. It goes a long way on our video. And definitely leave a comment down below. What you think of this RBM Outdoors Panda Medium? There is a link to this down below. And I hope I'll be reaching out to them today to just see if maybe I can pass along a discount code to you guys. But that's about it. We want to get out of here before any more of this weather comes, and it makes unpacking a lot more difficult because when it's wet, you gotta take everything out and dry it out. So with that said, we'll see you on the next video. If you or someone you know is suffering from anything that's racking the mind, stress, anxiety, depression, PTSD, addiction, you name it. If you're just sick and tired of being sick and tired, first and foremost, let's break the stigma around getting the professional help that you or your loved one deserves. Don't be afraid to do it. Get outside, explore nature, take in the fresh air, and see this with your own eyes, and find your dirt road to reset. So long. Can't forget that.